cheaters, oh my. Liars, cheaters, oh my. Liars, cheaters, oh my. Evil walks beside you. Evil walks beside you. So I'm getting into my, I'm trying to harness my inner Tim Pool. I'm wearing my toque because I just didn't feel like wearing a bandana. In Canada, we call them toques, not beanies. In my opinion, a beanie is a small cap, and a toque is something you put on your head to keep your ears warm. But anyways, the big debate's tomorrow on Thursday. It's not a big debate. Do you think Joe Biden's going to show up? You know damn well that it's just going to be muffin punches to Joe Biden. Hopefully Donald J. keeps his composure and doesn't get too upset. I really wish the media wasn't so biased towards Donald Trump. There's so many ignorant people out there that know absolutely nothing about what's going on in the world. They're getting their news from CNN and CNBC and all the rest, the liberal-owned media in Canada, so we don't get any good news in Canada neither. And then you have censoring going on the internet. Evil. Don't be evil, Google. Don't be evil, Google. I think it's a little bit too late for that. You know, they're censoring QAnon. They're censoring President of the United States, bought and paid for by the DNC. You know, the woman who does the YouTube operations, Susan Wojcicki, whatever her name is. She has been nothing but a thorn in the side of free-thinking people. Since she's taken over YouTube operations, you know, censorship has become the norm on YouTube. So I implore everybody to go and support alt tech like BitChute, or there's many others now, Library, Odyssey, there's a bunch of others ones now. Gab, Minds, you know, these are all new companies. But, you know, you got Google censoring QAnon. You know, you can say what you will about QAnon, but I'm sure that the reason why they're doing it is because it's absolutely true. You know, and if you know nothing about QAnon, it's they basically are exposing the demons of man, sex trafficking, and the satanic cabal of the deep state and all that. But I thought it was just a conspiracy. Oh my. No, it's not a conspiracy. You have all the elites of the world crawling back into their hidey holes because they've been exposed. And so you have these huge corporations like Google and Facebook and Twitter, you know, making themselves the arbiters of truth by misinforming everyone, throwing everything down the memory hole, you know, getting rid of free thought, you know. And if you don't comply to their arbitrary rules that they only seem to affect free-thinking people, conservatives. You know, a lot of great content creators have been wiped off the face of the planet because of fucking YouTube and Google. Because they don't want anybody to know anything. They want everybody to stay stupid. They want an army of sheeple. And if you spend any time on Twitter, you know the army of sheeple are very misinformed. And, not saying that I'm informed, but like I do have awareness and self-awareness. And I don't inundate myself with lamestream media. I basically don't even watch TV. The only thing it's one of the reasons why I went to YouTube, because I got so sick and tired of the lamestream fake news, and then years ago when YouTube was a bastion of free speech, and you had great content creators that were actually informing people, letting people know the truth of the matters, the truth of the world. Then they gave Susan Wisniewski power over YouTube, and ever since she's taken the reins of YouTube, censorship has become the norm on YouTube. So, I don't know. The federal governments of the world need to take Section 230 away from Google and Facebook and Twitter, because they have become publishers. So they should no longer be protected by Section 230. They've proven time and time again when they're censoring the president of the United States because they don't like Orange Man. When you have massive multi-billion-dollar corporations censoring the news, like nothing about Hunter Biden. Like I've said previous video, I think yesterday or the day before, Glenn Beck did an expose on Hunter Biden and the Biden crime family probably about a year and a half ago, and all the things that are coming to light since POTUS declassified everything. Since POTUS declassified everything, all this stuff is coming to light. All these conspiracies that Glenn Beck got censored for on YouTube are now coming to pass. So we got to support alt tech. All free thinking people need to leave the platform of YouTube, because they will crumble, they'll fall, because we the people, we may not be the loudest majority, but the truth of the matter is that we are the majority. And you have a few people screaming on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. They're only a small group of people, They scream really, really loud though. So if all the content creators that I like to watch went to YouTube or went to BitChute or any other platform, like even if Donald Trump decided to get rid of his Twitter account and went to Minds or Gab or any of the other alt tech platforms, Twitter would fall. Twitter would crumble to the sea into a pile of dust. Because how many people follow Donald Trump on Twitter? Millions and millions and millions of people. And all you'd have to do is go on Gabs or Twitter or Gabs or Minds or whatever alt tech there might be out there now. I'm not tech savvy, and I don't really pay attention much to what's going on in the world when it comes to tech, because I'm not a very techie person. I turn on the computer, and if it works, I'm happy. That's basically my technical savviness when it comes to technology. I'm more of a back to the earth kind of person. The only reason why I even have a cell phone is because, well, I needed it, and it was cheaper than buying like than a flip phone like my old one. I used to love my old one. My old flip phone was pretty awesome. I loved it. It was a really good phone. It worked real nice. It was small, and then I had to buy. I was going to get a new flip phone, but I got a smartphone for absolutely nothing. All I had to do is sign a contract, sign on the dotted line, and I got my tracking device. But truly, now that I have a smartphone, I don't think I could ever live without one. It's a very useful tool. But, it's a very useful tool. But I really hate technology. Like, I just had to reformat my computer not too long ago because I installed some new upgrades to it. So it was conflicting with my Windows 10. So I had to get rid of Windows 10 because it's garbage, and installed Windows 7 again. And it's unfortunate. I wish they would keep Windows 7. I wish they would just kept on supporting Windows 7, because I really hate Windows 10. I got it as soon as I didn't even ask for it. They just gave it to me one day. They said, "Oh yeah, update," and then so I clicked on it, and then they gave me Windows 10 for free back in the day when that first came out. But ever since I had Windows 10 in my computer, it's been nothing but a problem, and I hated it to the point where I didn't even spend much time on my laptop or my desktop, because it's not a very good interface. It's horrible, actually. Windows 10 is the most horrible operating system ever created by Microsoft. It's like Windows 7 was the best of both worlds. It had the very best features of XP and the very best features of Vista, and they worked really well together. It worked well with my software. It was very easy to work with, and it looked pretty. So it didn't hurt your eyes every time you clicked on Windows 10. It just hurts your eyes because it's so goddamn ugly. And Mozilla is coming out with a VPN now, a brand new subscription VPN, and I would suggest that everybody get rid of their VPN that they have right now, and when Firefox launches their VPN, I think that everybody should subscribe to Firefox. I've been on Firefox. I've used Firefox since it came out, because I hate Google. I've always hated Google. But now Google's a monster, and you can't even get away from Google, even if you wanted to. Like YouTube, all that's all Google. Facebook, it's all, Silicon Valley, Google, multi-million-dollar corporation, $1 billion corporation all around the world, completely corrupt. And now they're throwing free thought down the memory hole. They're censoring dissenting opinions. They're arbiters of truth, apparently. While they allow people on Twitter to wish the president death, but if you say anything to the blue check marks, you get banned from Twitter. Or if you have a dissenting opinion on YouTube, they just wipe out your channel. Like how many people's lives have been destroyed by Google, by their freaking algorithm. A lot of people, like when YouTube first came out, it was really good. It was a bastion of free speech. It was a bastion from the lamestream media, and now they're just trying to make it like mainstream media. Like, as much as I enjoy Fox News, I watch Fox News because, in my opinion, it is, well, you know, it's still mainstream media, but at least they're partisan, right? At least they try to give you a balanced opinion, unlike CNN and CNBC and all the other garbage. And in Canada, all the networks are owned by the Liberal government. So because we have a Liberal government and our media is controlled by the government. So even though Justin Trudeau has had scandal after scandal after scandal, never hear about it. It's thrown down the memory hole. And then you have the talking parrots, the talking heads, you know, spewing the same garbage over and over again. It's like that meme that was running around the internet there for a while of all the talking heads saying the exact talking points all the fucking same time, every freaking talking point that the Democrat Party, I guess they believe if you say something enough times, then you'll actually believe it, right? The propaganda media machines. I haven't watched cable in a very long time. I have cable because, well, I have cable because I really like my cartoons, Adult Swim, but even that has changed and Teletoon has changed, and I hate the propaganda. I hate it all. I hate digital downloads. This video is actually going to be a test to see if my Filmora still works. I had the copy on my desktop, but then my desktop broke, so I had to reformat the whole thing. So I lost my actual digital copy on my desktop. And I like to work on my desktop because it's way more powerful computer. So when I'm doing my music editing, I can sample a lot more songs and sample a lot more music, and it's a much more powerful machine. It has a newer graphics card, and it has a newer processor. It's and my laptop is a bit old, so it's a great laptop. When it was new, it was one of the best you could buy. But like everything else, after about 3 or 4 years or 5 years at the very most, it starts to lose its luster, and it starts to becoming a boat anchor. It's one thing I like about PC. As much as I hate Microsoft, it's one thing I love about PCs is that no matter how old your case is, you can constantly update it and constantly upgrade it. And that's what I love about PCs. As much as I hate Microsoft, I gotta say that PC is by far the better machine. Like I know people love their Apples and their Macintoshes and things, but I've had the same case. For, I don't even know how long, 8, 9 years I've had the same case, but I've absolutely updated my motherboard a few times in those 7 years. And I constantly update it. Every couple years or so, I update my desktop. And I just, and with Windows 10, with my latest upgrade, it screwed up my whole computer, so it took me a long time to get it to work, and then it still didn't work properly, so I just had to wipe it clean, and now I lost my Filmora, and all my digital downloads, my Steam doesn't work properly now. I spent a few $100s in Steam games, and just because I can't get into my Steam account, that money's lost. And now that I paid for this Filmora, I hit the update button and they gave me a new version of Filmora, so I don't know if I'm going to actually be able to post without having the Filmora on there again, because they might want me to buy it again, although I just bought it again. So that's like, not only was it $100 like a year or two ago, but now it's less features, and if I have to pay for it again, it's another $100, although I'm supposed to be on a lifetime subscription to Filmora. So I hope this video is just going to be a post just to see if my Filmora is still functioning the way it's supposed to function without the watermark. Because, like I've said before in other videos, I'm very cheap. And with this COVID stuff, I'm even more cheap than I was even a year ago. I've always been cheap, but I really hate wasting money. I really hate wasting money. So I've already wasted money on the Filmora once for my desktop. I bought it for my desktop, and then I had to reformat my computer because whatever. I had to reformat my computer, so I lost my digital copy of Filmora, and now it's on my laptop. And I clicked the update today, and they gave me a new version of Filmora. So I really hope that watermark's not going to be there, because I've already spent $100 once on the desktop, and then I spent another $100. It's $100 Canadian. It's $100 Canadian. Not quite $100 Canadian, but it's $97 Canadian. So it's basically $100. Because whatever, and if it doesn't work again, I'm going to be so upset. And yeah, I guess there's a big debate on Thursday. I'll probably do a video on Thursday to see if or Friday to talk about the debate. And I appreciate all you subscribers. I know there's very few of you, but I'm very grateful for you. Like I've said before, I'll try to make better videos, more informative videos. I'm still trying to get to, I'm still just learning, and hopefully my videos will get better and more informative as I go along, and hopefully I'll get out of this shoebox that I'm in right now, and have a nicer studio and a place where I can actually perform music, and maybe have even live music, like have people come over, friends come over, and we'll jam. And like I've said before, I'm gonna upgrade a few of my softwares and few software that I have, and I'm gonna get a nicer camera. Hopefully my growth is slow, but hopefully I get more subscribers, and eventually my videos will be good. Like for right now, I'm just some guy talking on the camera. So I appreciate those people who do watch, and I do appreciate those people who do subscribe. Where we go one, we go all. Peace in the Middle East.